The topic is contract law, and the topic that I am going to discuss under the contract law, that is proposal and acceptance. If you remember my last video where we have discussed the differences between the proposal and offer, and we have discussed so many things regarding that. So in this video I will be continuing that differences, and we will understand in depth what proposal is and what offer is. So the key term that we will be discussing here, that is meaning of proposal, offer, elements of valid proposal offer, communication of proposal offer, revocation of offer, kinds of offer, offer and invitation to treat. This is something new for that. Otherwise, rest of the things we have discussed in the last video. So it's a sort of revision, but you will get something in detail as well. So let's begin with the meaning of the proposal or offer. As we have discussed that there is hardly any difference between proposal and offer. More often we use that interchangeably, but the term proposal is defined under the Indian Contract Act, not the offer. So the provision, that is section 2A of Indian Contract Act, defines proposal as when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence he is said to make a proposal. I believe this definition you must remember because we have discussed this definition already. However, let's check it out what it is. When one person signifies to another person, means that if someone approaching you with some proposal, like he wants to sell his car or he wants to sell his flat or anything of such type, then that is, as saying here, signifies to another his willingness, means he came to you and showing his willingness to do, or basically here in the sense that example that we are citing here, according to that he came to say something like that he wants to sell his property or to abstain from doing anything. This is another thing that also part of the contract basically. Suppose you are an employer and you go and ask your employee not to do certain tasks that might you earlier assigned to him, and he is liable to do that, but now you are abstaining him basically not to do that, then that is another part of contract that you can do that, and you can just restructure the terms and conditions and you can stop him to do that. So that is abstain, restraining him to do anything with view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence. Means here we have cited two examples. The first one, someone approached you with the willingness to sell his property, so that if you accept it, fine, or not, again fine, you can reject it, that's up to you. And second one, to abstain someone, to restrain someone doing something. So both are the part of the proposal. In both the conditions it is proposal, and if that is accepted, that becomes, remember, promise. Okay, so that is the proposal. Though the Indian Contract Act defines the term proposal, not the offer, however both the terms are same and used as interchangeably. We have discussed this. So now let's check out the elements of valid proposal and or offer. A proposal or offer and subsequent acceptance must be definite and certain. See, what does it mean that if someone came to you and saying something that I want to sell this car, but this time I have some problem and I will sell some time later and all, means giving a sort of vague sentence, a vague proposal basically. So that is not clear whether he wants to sell it or not. So that is not a proposal, but he says something like that, I want to sell right now. That is certain as defined here, and definite as well. So that is proposal. The vague sentence, the vague thing is not a part of or cannot be called as proposal or offer. The second one is, if the proposal or offer and subsequent acceptance is not clear, then it cannot form contract. So that is obvious. If it is not clear, not definite, not certain, then it won't be called as contract. Basically, it won't form contract. Next one is, a proposal or offer must be communicated to the other person clearly in order to make it valid. Well, of course, this is another essential term, that if you are proposing someone to do something or not to do something, then you have to clarify, you have to communicate clearly. Until unless he listens you, he understands you, then how it possible to perform that or accept or reject that basically. So it has to be communicated clearly and distinctively. The next one is, a proposal or offer lapses by revocation or withdrawal. What does it mean? That a proposal can be revoked in certain conditions, and we will discuss that. It's not like that, because once it is made, it cannot be revoked, but there are certain conditions in which it can be revoked or withdrawn. And the last one is, a proposal or offer can be revoked before acceptance. We will discuss that, don't worry. So now let's check out what is the meaning of communication of proposal offer. As per the section 4 of the Indian Contract Act, the communication of a proposal is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it is made. What does it mean? That, well, the time this provision was drafted, as you know, that in 19th century, so at that time there wasn't so fast means of communication like telephone, cell phone, WhatsApp, email, and nothing was there. The only mode of communication was, that is through the in person, you're talking face to face, or writing the letter. So that used to take time, because if you post the letter, that will definitely going to take time. So keep in mind those kind of scenario in order to understand this. As per the section 4 of the Indian Contract Act, the communication of proposal is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it is made. So suppose you have written a letter to your friend about your proposal, whatever you want to sell your property or you want to buy his property. That is also a sort of proposal, because he might be interested in selling or not, you don't know, but you are interested in buying that property. So you can propose to buy that property. So you have written the letter. Okay, so the moment you have written the letter, it is complete from your side, but it is complete from his side once he received it. Okay, and then he will reply you accordingly, and this is how, and once you come to know about the reply, you received the reply, so that is the communication. Basically, it is how it is done. But in present scenario, it is really difficult for you to appreciate such kind of thing, because this is the instant messaging kind of system. You just send the message and someone will receive that immediately. Okay, so that mode of communication is equally valid. Keep in mind. Now the next topic is revocation of offer. As per the section 5 of the Indian Contract Act, a proposal may be revoked at any time before the communication of its acceptance is complete as against the proposer, but not afterwards. See, what does it mean? That if you write down a letter to your friend and post it, and then what this provision is saying, that proposal may be revoked at any time before the communication of its acceptance is complete. So once you send the letter, now you want to revoke. What you can do, you need to use some faster mode of communication. Either you go yourself to that person and say something like that, that was your mistake, though you were proposing something but no more you are interested. So before he receives that proposal, you need, or you can basically revoke that. But once he received, then you cannot revoke. Okay, as highlighted here, that you can see that, but not afterwards. An acceptance may be revoked at any time before the communication of the acceptance is complete as against the acceptor, but not afterwards. Again the same. Acceptance, say you propose something to your friend and he accepted. He sent you his reply, but now he wants to revoke. Then before you receive his reply, he needs to communicate by some other means which is in fact faster than the previous one, and you receive the later communication, not the previous one. So in that condition it can, but once you received the message, then he cannot revoke that. So that is the condition of revocation. Now the next topic is how to revoke. Let's check it out. As per the section 6 of the Indian Contract Act, a proposal is revoked by the communication of notice of revocation by the proposer to the other party. We have discussed that. You can send the notice that no more you are interested in. So notice is one of the ways. Second one is by the lapse of the time prescribed in such proposal for its acceptance, or if no time is prescribed by the lapse of reasonable time without communication of the acceptance. See, here we have 2 points. That I proposed you something, that I am interested in buying your property. Well, and I have also given the time. If you say yes by 20th of this month, then definitely this I am going to accept that. So the 20th of this month means you didn't reply by the 20th of this month. So after that, this proposal automatically will lapse. So there is no need to make any sort of announcement of such revocation. That automatically will revoked. The third point is by the failure of the acceptor to fulfill a condition precedent to acceptance. Well, another point that you have to accept the proposal with the terms and conditions which are given with that proposal. It's not like that, okay, you are accepting the proposal, but the terms and conditions given there, you are not ready to accept that. Then it's not a acceptance. So in that condition, it won't be a valid acceptance. So you have to accept also terms and conditions along with that. The last point is by the death or insanity of the proposer. If the fact of his death or insanity comes to the knowledge of the acceptor before acceptance. So what does it mean that the last point is saying that if the person whom you proposed, okay, before he accepts, he died. So automatically again the proposal will be lapse. But or if he became insane, not able to make his decision judiciously, suffering from some disease and all. So in that condition again your proposal will be lapsed. Okay, but the condition given here, it happens before the acceptance. Means what? You proposed something, he accepted, and after acceptance he died or he became insane, then it will be valid. Likewise, we have 4 points to define the modes of revoking the proposal. Now, the next topic we have kinds of offer. Expressed offer, implied offer, a specific offer, general offer. Besides, we have some more offers, but just try to understand these 4. We are not concerned with others as not much relevant for you as of now. So let's understand what is meaning of expressed offer. It is an offer that is performed through words either orally or in written form. So if you are offering something, just saying something, I want to buy your property, I want to sell my property, or you just send a letter or text message or email, then it is known as expressed offer, because you are communicated your offer with words either in orally or in written form. The second one is implied offer. It is an offer conveyed through acting or signs. What does it mean that? It means you didn't say anything, nor you have written any letter, any text or something like that, any email, but you acted in such a way that, let's understand it with an example, that you are going somewhere. So to go there, you are waiting for a bus at the bus stop. Bus came and you just go inside the bus and bought the ticket, and your destination came, you went there, you left the bus. So in this example, the bus that came there didn't offer anything, but you know that this bus will be going to your destination. So it is from bus side, it is implied offer. So you accepted that, you went inside. So it is an implied offer from the bus side. Bus or the conductor or the driver didn't say you, didn't ask you to come in, well, we are going that way only, but rather you just accepted and without giving any expressed interest even for the acceptance, you just went inside. So that is implied offer and acceptance as well, that we will also discuss while discussing the acceptance. But for this example, you understand that it is an implied offer. A specific offer. What does it mean? That if you are addressing someone that I want to buy your car, you are addressing someone particularly, whomever it is. And yes, the one point more here, it is saying that it must be accepted by the same person whom you are offering, so not by anybody else. Last one is the general offer. It is an offer made to public at large. Instead of any particular person, anyone who accepts the given terms and conditions can accept it. What does it mean? That, see, you might have seen so many notification and such kind of notices basically in the newspaper or pasted somewhere on the bus stop, railway stations and all, that this guy, namely this and the age this much and this height and everything is given there, lost from this place. So one who's supposed to be giving information about this person will be awarded, say, 25,000 rupees. So this is such kind of a general offer that anyone can accept or anyone can perform that offer. So it is a general offer, not addressing essentially to a specific person. Now the last topic of this video is offer and invitation to treat. What does it mean, invitation to treat? We will discuss in detail that. As I have discussed in my previous video, that the proposal is specific and addressing someone, but the offer is normally a general term. As I have also given the example of the shopping mall, the discount board and all that is given there. So you go and buy that on that price tag is also given. So everything like that. So that is offer, but proposal is something like you addressing someone. See, in Indian contract law, as we are repeatedly discussing, that offer is not defined, rather proposal is defined, and both the terms are same and more often used interchangeably. Nonetheless, there are nuance, means subtle difference between them. So first you understand invitation to treat, and then I will also discuss some nuance. So a proposal or offer must be distinguished from a statement of intention which is not intended to require acceptance. So based on the a statement you have written, the kind of sentence you used on intention, it can be distinguished. It means simply that. A general rule is that a display of goods on certain price or on certain discount in a shopping mall or on a self-service store is an invitation to offer and not an offer. As in my previous video, I said that that is an offer, not the proposal. Here I am saying, just going a little farther and again defining the offer. So that board displaying the discount or price tag or something like that, that is not exactly offer, but invitation to offer. And now, as I said in that video as well, now it's your turn to propose that you want to buy that and you are interested in buying that on the price given there. So that is invitation to offer. So it is inviting you to offer. In such a case, an offer may be made by a prospective buyer and then a shopkeeper may accept or reject. As we have discussed in that video as well, that it is up to shopkeeper that whether he accepts or rejects. For example, advertisement of goods, auction, sale, tenders, these are the example of invitation to offer, not the exactly offer. Nonetheless, as always, I use two terms to define so many legal terms, not specifically offer or proposal, that is de jure and de facto. In Indian context, what we see, what de facto is, the proposal specifically is a specific, means addressing someone. You cannot say, as we gave the example of general offer, that you announced certain prize money, whomever giving the information about the lost guy, you will be giving this much money. It cannot be said proposal in any way, and we do not say that. Even there is something that you are writing or you are proposing something to company about your profile or about your work, and you want to buy something, means that is proposal. So you need to understand de facto how it is being practiced and how it is being used, the terms. So if you are proposing something, means you are needy, you are seeking something. In this condition, you are not offering that because you are the needy one, you are proposing. So one who is proposing means he is more needy than the person whom he is proposing. But offer essentially doesn't define like this. Offer, you are offering something, someone accepts, fine, someone doesn't, even fine. So you are not needy, though you want it, but you are not needy. So this is the way these two terms are being used in Indian context. So I believe you must understood what is proposal and what is offer, and we have discussed so many things regarding the proposal, that is starting with the meaning and concept, then elements that make the proposal or offer valid, and then communication of proposal or offer, revocation, of course there are different ways of revocation. So this is all for this video. I again repeat, like all videos, watch it again and again, and see you in next video.